Have you ever felt a deep, unsettling restlessness? A feeling that the life you are living, the person you are being, is no longer a match for who you truly are? It's not a loud crisis, but a quiet, persistent hum of disconnection. A sense that you are wearing clothes that are 2 sizes too small. You may look around at your life, a life you carefully built, and wonder why it feels so foreign, so hollow. This feeling is not a sign that you are broken or that your life is a failure. It is the most powerful and sacred signal your soul can send you. It is the beginning of a personal quantum transformation. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. The discomfort you feel is the friction of your old reality dissolving, making way for a new one that is coherent with the higher vibrational frequency you are beginning to embody. This process is not about external chaos or dramatic events. The greatest change, the most profound shift, happens in the silent spaces within. It is the moment you choose a new thought. The moment you refuse to engage in an old, self-defeating story. The moment you feel a flicker of joy for no apparent reason. These are the whispers of your future self, calling you forward. This period of discomfort is essential. It is data. It tells you that your internal energy, your consciousness, is now moving faster than your external circumstances. You have already changed on a quantum level. Your physical reality is simply taking a moment to catch up. Think of it like a boat turning in the water. The captain has already turned the wheel. The shift in direction is inevitable, but the massive vessel takes time to respond. You have already turned the wheel. Your job now is not to force the turn, but to hold the new direction steady. The solution to this divine restlessness is not to change your external world, but to fully inhabit your internal one. It is to consciously align with the new frequency that is emerging within you. Let's look at this through the lens of quantum physics. At the most fundamental level, everything in the universe is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your body, the chair you are sitting on. It is all just energy vibrating at different frequencies. You are not a solid object moving through a neutral space. You are a vibrant field of energy, constantly broadcasting a signal out into the larger quantum field of infinite potential. The frequency of that signal is determined by your dominant emotional state. Love, joy, and gratitude vibrate at a high frequency. Fear, shame, and anger vibrate at a low frequency. Your life, your physical reality, is a direct reflection, a resonant echo of the frequency you consistently broadcast. This is where the observer effect comes into play. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists discovered that subatomic particles behave as a wave of all possibilities until they are observed. The moment they are measured or looked at, they collapse into a single, definite particle in a specific location. Your consciousness is that observer. Your focused attention is the creative force that collapses waves of potential into the particles of your experience. Where you place your focus, you place your energy, and that is what you command into form. If your focus is constantly on your problems, on what is lacking, on the past, you are using your divine creative power to continuously recreate those circumstances. The solution, then, is to withdraw your attention from the reality you do not want and place it firmly upon the reality you do. This is not about ignoring your problems, but about starving them of their creative fuel, your attention. The primary obstacle in this process is the part of you that runs 95% of your life without you even knowing it, your subconscious mind. Neuroscience has shown us that the vast majority of our thoughts, behaviors, and emotional reactions are automated programs stored deep within the subconscious. These programs were largely written during your first 7 years of life, when your brain was in a state of hypnosis, absorbing the beliefs, behaviors, and emotional patterns of your environment. Every significant emotional experience created a powerful memory that became a part of your identity. Your subconscious does not know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. Its primary job is to keep you safe by recreating what is familiar. This is why you may consciously desire health, abundance, and love, but find yourself repeating patterns of illness, lack, and dysfunctional relationships. Your conscious mind, the 5%, is the captain giving orders. But your subconscious mind, the 95%, is the crew running the ship based on old maps. The restlessness you feel is the signal that your soul, your true self, is trying to upload a new destination, a new map. But the old crew, your subconscious programming, keeps steering back to the familiar, worn-out shores of the past. The friction between your expanding conscious desire and your restrictive subconscious programming is the source of all your internal conflict. You are literally at war with yourself. To change your reality, you must become a master of your inner world and rewrite the programs that are holding you back. You must make your inner environment more real than your outer environment. So, how do you begin to consciously create a new reality? You must become a vibrational match for it before it appears. This is the principle of resonance. In quantum mechanics, objects with similar frequencies naturally affect one another. To attract a new experience, you cannot wait for it to happen to feel good. You must feel good first to generate the frequency that will draw that experience to you. This is the great reversal of the human condition. We are taught to let our external world dictate our internal state. If something good happens, we feel happy. If something bad happens, we feel sad. A quantum creator understands that this is backwards. Your internal state must dictate your external world. Here is your first practical step. It is not enough to think positive thoughts. You must embody the feeling of your future realized. Your subconscious mind speaks the language of emotion, not logic. Thinking I am abundant means little to it. But feeling the overwhelming gratitude, the deep sense of security, the unbridled joy of abundance sends a powerful new signal, a new instruction to your subconscious and to the quantum field. The double-slit experiment teaches us that your observation creates reality. Your feeling state is the quality of your observation. Are you observing from a place of lack or from a place of wholeness? For the next 5 minutes today, I want you to find a quiet space, close your eyes, and ask yourself, how would the person I want to become feel right now? And then, you must generate that feeling in your body. Feel the gratitude for the abundance that is already yours. Feel the love that already fills your heart. Feel the wholeness of perfect health. Do not do this to get something. Do this to become someone. This practice is not a chore. It is the act of creation itself. Let's go deeper into this process. The reason many people fail to create lasting change is due to energetic incoherence. This occurs when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are not aligned. You think a thought of wealth, but you feel the emotion of lack in your body, and then you take actions based on scarcity, like hoarding money or fearing every expense. This sends a mixed, chaotic signal to the field. It's like trying to tune a radio to a specific station while constantly changing the frequency. You just get static. The universe doesn't know what to reflect back to you because you are not being a clear and consistent signal. Coherence is when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are in perfect alignment. When you think of your future, you feel the emotions of it, and you take inspired actions that are consistent with that new reality. This creates a powerful, clear, and coherent electromagnetic signature that the quantum field can organize into a corresponding experience. This is where the science of epigenetics provides a profound insight. Epigenetics is the study of how your environment and your perceptions of that environment can change the way your genes express themselves. You are not a victim of your genetic code. Your emotions are chemical feedback that literally signals your genes. When you live in a state of stress, fear, or anger, you produce the hormones of stress, like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals signal your genes to prepare for an emergency, shutting down your immune system, your growth and repair functions, and your long-term planning centers in the brain. You are biologically preparing for a reality of threat and scarcity. Conversely, when you cultivate elevated emotions like joy, gratitude, and love, you produce chemicals that signal your genes to grow, repair, and create. You are literally turning on the genes for health, vitality, and longevity. You are telling your body, through the language of emotion, to build a new biology for a new reality. This is not a new idea. Ancient spiritual traditions have spoken of this for millennia. The Vedantic concept of Maya describes the physical world as an illusion, a projection of consciousness. In the Bible, it is said, "To the one who has, more will be given." This is not about material wealth, it is a quantum formula. To the one who has the feeling, the frequency, the beingness of abundance, more abundance will be given. The shift from a state of separation, where you see yourself as a victim of circumstances, to a state of unity, where you know yourself as the creator of circumstances, is the ultimate awakening. You are not just a physical body navigating a material world. You are a field of conscious energy, intrinsically connected to, and one with, the quantum field of all potential. Your work is to move from incoherence to coherence, from separation to unity. How do you integrate this profound truth into your daily life? The change you seek does not happen in a single dramatic moment of enlightenment. It happens in the quiet, mundane moments of your day. It happens when you are stuck in traffic and you choose to feel gratitude for your car instead of frustration. It happens when a family member triggers you and you choose to pause and breathe instead of reacting from an old wound. These are the whispers. Your higher self, your connection to the quantum field, is constantly sending you intuitive nudges, quiet guidance on the path of least resistance to your desired reality. Your primary spiritual practice is to learn to listen to these whispers beneath the loud, demanding voice of your ego. The ego lives in the past and future, in fear and lack. The whispers live in the present moment, in love and possibility. I want you to begin a new practice. Treat your discomfort as data. The next time you feel that familiar pang of anxiety, that old story of not being good enough, do not resist it. Do not try to push it away. Simply observe it and say to yourself, "Ah, here is the energy of my past self. I recognize this frequency. This feeling is evidence that my new, higher frequency is becoming my dominant state. This discomfort is the proof of my transformation." You are reframing the experience. Instead of being a victim of the feeling, you become the conscious observer of the energy. By doing this, you stop feeding it your attention and power, and it begins to dissolve. It is simply old energy leaving your system. Let's make this interactive. In the comments below, share one whisper you heard today. What small, intuitive nudge did you notice and perhaps even follow? Let's create a collective field of awareness and witness each other's quiet transformations. The journey of stabilizing this new state of being will inevitably bring challenges. The biggest one is doubt. You will have moments, even days, where your external reality seems stubbornly unchanged. You will look at your bank account, your health report, or your relationships, and your senses will scream at you that nothing is working. This is the ultimate test. It is the moment where you must decide what is more real: the echo of your past that you see with your eyes, or the vision of your future that you hold in your heart and mind. Remember, your physical reality is a lagging indicator. It is an artifact of your past frequency. You must not allow the shadow of the past to dictate the potential of your present moment. Your faith cannot be in what you see. It must be in what you are choosing to become. The ancient teaching, "Be still and know that I am God," holds the key. This is not a religious command in the traditional sense, but a quantum instruction. In the stillness, when you quiet your mind and body, you disconnect from the survival-based nervous system that is constantly scanning the external environment for threats. You move your awareness out of the limited analytical mind and into the unified field. In that stillness, you know. You don't hope, you don't wish. You know your power. You remember that the I am within you is the same creative consciousness that orchestrates the cosmos. Furthermore, you must make peace with your past. Not a single moment of it was wasted. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every failure was preparation. It was the resistance that was necessary to build your spiritual muscle. The pain carved out a space within you for a deeper capacity for joy. You needed that specific past to have the specific desire for the future you are now consciously creating. It was the perfect training ground. So, release the story that you are waiting for change. The moment you had this realization, the moment your consciousness shifted to this understanding, the change already happened. You are already in it. So, let us bring this all together. The restlessness you have been feeling is not a problem to be solved. It is an awakening to be embraced. It is the clarion call from your soul, letting you know that you are ready to remember who you truly are. You are a conscious creator, a magnificent being of energy and light, with the innate ability to influence the quantum field of potential and bring forth a reality of your choosing. Your primary work is not out there in the world. It is within you. It is the sacred task of aligning your energy, your thoughts, and your feelings with the frequency of your highest vision for your life. Remember these core principles. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is the signal that you are up-leveling your vibration. Your subconscious mind is not your master. It is a mechanism that you can and must recondition with the elevated feelings of your future. Your focused, feeling-based attention is the most powerful creative tool in the universe, collapsing infinite potential into tangible reality. And most importantly, this profound transformation happens quietly, in the small, consistent choices you make to listen to the whispers within, to choose love over fear, and to hold your vision steady even when the outside world has not yet caught up. You are not waiting for change to happen to you. You are the change happening. Your journey of remembrance is not just beginning. You are already in the heart of it. This is not a concept to be merely understood with your mind, but a state of being to be lived with your whole heart. To continue exploring this path of remembrance with us, subscribe to this channel. But for now, the most important action you can take is this. Take one deep, conscious breath. Feel the subtle energy tingling in your hands and feet. That is the power that creates worlds. And it is you. Welcome home.